2 years ago, a YPO member had a vision to pay it forward in a big way, to create an unprecedented event in YPO history that would change lives forever. Welcome to Faces of American Heroes.
I was on a routine foot patrol.
Our platoon got ambushed.
I was shot by a sniper in the left abdomen.
AK-47 round to the right abdomen. It severed my spinal cord, came out my left side.
And instantly paralyzed me from pretty much the belly button down.
I looked down at my legs, they weren't working.
Why isn't the government getting these chairs for them? And I said, it's not covered. It's as simple as that. I said, but he doesn't have any legs, and he's given this great sacrifice to his country, and we can't provide a chair for him?
It gives me a chance to go places like that I couldn't roll into before, you know? Like the whole stair thing is like one of the biggest things. And being able to stand up and be at eye level is pretty cool too. But I think the stair thing is the biggest thing.
And then I asked how many people were pretty much in a similar situation, of which the total is 70. And he said, yeah, they're not going to get these chairs. And I said, well, maybe we could raise some money in one evening, and if we do 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or whatever, we'd make a big difference. And he said, you absolutely will.
Veterans of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan were honored tonight in Hollywood, but they didn't just get a pat on the back or even a handshake. They received a gift that will help them lead more normal lives.
This helps me get around so I can go out and see the movies and go out to restaurants and whatnot.
The really great thing tonight is here an organization called the Young Presidents Organization. It's an organization of business people here in Los Angeles got together to raise money to give iBots to a group of veterans here tonight. It's going on right now. They're also trying to save the program, and the iBots are just fascinating to see.
Setting up an event like this can always be dangerous because everybody else has a charity. This just seemed to hit a bigger chord within the chapter with Afghanistan and Iraq and with veterans. A lot of sympathy was there, and we decided that this was one to really push forward and make happen. I've known a number of these people who have gone to Afghanistan and Iraq, and I've seen the problems that they've had to deal with on their return. And instead of just thinking about it, I decided to be proactive about it and do something about it right away.
The event itself was a really big event. I mean, we had 500 guests at Hollywood Raleigh Studios, which is one of the oldest studios in town, and we took it over for the entire weekend. The event was produced in a way that everybody got a real experience of what it was like to be and hang out with these guys. The gala part of the event opened with a tribute to the troops, with the color guard coming in and a special table that's reserved specifically for our missing in action troops. After that, we had a choir from the House of Blues here in Los Angeles come in, and their gospel choir sing the national anthem. And to see the national anthem sung in that way also kind of added to the emotionality of the event. So I had Dean Kamen, the inventor of the iBot, come down and speak directly to the group, not only about the iBot, but the need for legislation for this to take place to give back to these troops. Plus all of his incredible other inventions that he's coming out with the Luke arm and the robotic arms and every other prosthetic that he can think of. Gala dinner with a live auction of incredible events and incredible things that were not available and no way would be available to the public, in some cases, ever again.
You know what? The fun part of the event's going on right now. That's Billy Bob Thornton and his band up there right now, providing the entertainment.
It's real easy to sort of live your life and not think about this stuff when you just see clips of it on the news. To see young men and women who had their whole lives ahead of them and then suddenly having to readjust to now live this way, whether it's like no legs, one arm.
This event, I think, had a profound effect on the chapter members in that they actually saw the people that they were helping, and it really was an emotional event as well as a rewarding event. It was emotionally rewarding, I think that's the best way to put it. You know, to see somebody who's in a wheelchair, who's 19 or 20 years old, who has gone out, given everything, really everything for our country, and see that you can help those guys out. It's an amazing experience.
The take-home value of an event like this, I think, is more shocking than anything else. Whenever you meet a person with no legs and no arms in a chair, doesn't happen very often in a YPO event. Whenever you meet 27 of them with injuries that are extensive as that, the take-home value is shocking. And I think that's what actually made the event so successful and resonated within the auction so well, because you realized that every dollar that you gave was going to affect these people's lives, and all the YPOers stepped up to the mark. One of the things I think this event does is there are rules, you have to break them if you want to make a gala event successful. And if your heart is in it, and to use the YPO network to embrace that, it can be extremely successful. And hopefully watching this television little clip, you'll be able to see that, you know, anything's possible whenever you put your mind to it. I mean, I think a lot of people didn't think we were going to pull it off, but we got big sponsors that came in from American Airlines, and the sponsors that we got for the items that we had on auction, from the US Navy, the Army National Guard, to the Ritz, to the Peninsula Hotel chain, to whatever. There's a number of them, I'm forgetting them, but you realize how our allegiances with other corporations were extremely helpful, and you know, if it's a good idea, it'll sell.
You know, the highlight of this event for me personally, by far, was seeing firsthand what we were actually giving back to the people that we're helping, and seeing firsthand how it actually made a difference in their lives, not just that night, but for years and years to come.
Thanks to the efforts of the Santa Monica Bay chapter of YPO and Lance O'Connor and Jason Wagoner, nearly $700,000 has been raised to benefit the Faces of American Heroes. But our work is far from done. If you're interested in joining this movement, please call the Santa Monica Bay chapter and make a donation and make a difference in the lives of one of our American heroes.